sorry about that. We were having some technical difficulties. I need to make sure nothing is being covered because I think one of the cables got a bit, like, covered. That's a problem with using a rocking chair in an area with cables that have data on them.
But it's still worth it. Still worth it.
Oh yeah, I like the setup we did. But so welcome. Sorry about the delay. You're from Makers Nexus. So what are you planning to talk about? Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Maker Nexus, I guess.
Oh yeah. Go for it. You have 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay. Well. So basically, Maker Nexus is in the South Bay in Sunnyvale. It's a 28,000 square foot makerspace with a full wood shop, metal shop, textiles lab, 3D printers, laser cutters, you name it. And we are a nonprofit. We formed out of the remnants of Tech Shop. So a lot of the Tech Shop orphans got together and kind of said, hey, what do we do now in the South Bay? The Tech Shop's closed. And they got together and said, let's do this as a nonprofit and do it right this time, and that's how we came about. And we have close to 500 members now. We do a lot of programs for disadvantaged youth, and summer camps right now are the big thing. It's kind of crazy in the summer. There's a lot of kids learning stuff, but what's really cool is we really push kids to learn how to not only be creative and make things with their hands, but to like try new things they've never tried before. As most people around here know, there is a lack of people going into skilled trades. And everyone I know who is an electrician or a welder or something like that, they have their pick of jobs right now. They just get, my only sibling lives in Australia, and he said, if you come out here, you can work wherever you want. Like, they will pay for your visas, they'll pay for you to come out here because we just don't have enough welders. And I was talking to someone the other day who used to work for SpaceX, and he said, now, this is just what he told me, who knows how accurate this is, but he told me for the entire company of SpaceX, there's 2 certified welders. And my jaw dropped with that. I'm like, for the whole company of SpaceX, how do you guys get anything done? And he said, well, they get paid what they want, they get to do what they want. And I'm like, yeah, I guess so. So, for a long time, I think a lot of people in my generation, we were pushed to go to school, and you have to get a type of career with a type of degree, and if you go to anything less than a 4-year, it's not worth it. And what we're finding is everyone's got a 4-year degree now, but the skilled trades that you can go to a 2-year trade school and learn how to do the thing, that's what the good jobs are now. So we do get grants from Stanley Black & Decker and DeWalt, especially for our welding program, to bring in disadvantaged youths from high school. And we can bring them in for a few weeks and put them through our welding program and give them a chance to see, like, is this something I may want to pursue, And at the very least, I think a lot of kids walk out of there just like, with the confidence of, I've tried this thing that seemed a really scary, weird thing, and hey, look, I can do it, so.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. Like, yeah, I know a lot of welders, like, it's amazing how valuable a lot of these jobs that, like, in school for so long, it was always like doctor, lawyer. The welders I know are making more than any doctors I know, and they get paid a fortune. I know I have some friends who are welders younger than me that already own their own company, have like 10 employees, and they have a 5-year backlog of jobs and are making a couple $100,000 a month.
Yeah.
And it's like, same with like electricians, and like a lot of trade jobs are so valuable, and training for that, like, they're out of like the remnants of Tech Shop was you guys and up in San Francisco, I'm blanking on their name.
I don't know them.
But
we'll come back to
there's
it.
a few places that, like, Tech Shop got a lot of very smart and very creative educators together.
Yeah.
And they've all gone on, like, you guys have done such amazing things, and
Thank
thank
you.
you guys
Thank you.
for coming out here and doing the projects and all this stuff and teaching people stuff while here, which, like, it's such a cool space. And, like, are there any big projects or big, like, classes that you guys are getting ready to start doing?
Honestly, when you work with a lot of creative people, there's always, like, literally every week, it's like some new thing that, hey, I saw this thing. Maybe we should all learn how to do this thing, and everyone gets really excited about it. So honestly, I can't even say one particular thing. We do a little bit of all of it. Like I said, we do have full wood shop, metal shop, but we randomly put up workshops. That's just something that one of us got excited about, and we're like, this is really what we're passionate about at the moment. We're going to put on a workshop, and anyone who wants to come learn to do this too, we will do that. So yeah, we do. There's a lot of fun stuff. Totally open to the public to come down, take a look, have a tour of the place. We do have a membership program, so like most maker spaces, you can be a member and use the tools, but we also have workshops open to the public all the time. And like I said, we do summer camps for kids and stuff, so it's a cool place. It's a really good community, too.
Oh, yeah. The Bay has such a great community of spaces,
Thank
and
you.
I know, like, sometimes a lot of us share stuff,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like, I know at some point I'd love to do a, like, full sewing, like, but we at Noisebridge, we have an industrial knitting machine. I know you guys have a very good embroidery machine,
Yeah,
a
yeah, we have a
textile
CNC
printer,
embroiderer. Yep.
and some you guys also have a lot of industrial sewing machines, and it, like, something I wanted to try to start up more is, like, multi-space, like, either projects or
Collaborations.
classes.
Yeah.
Because not all spaces have the same equipment, so.
Oh
being
man,
able
I'm
to,
looking
like,
for a
share-
space right now that can do pottery and ceramics.
Oh,
we
God,
can't
yeah.
because of our drainage system or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
but oh man, if we can team up with someone
Yeah.
who's got a wheel
Yeah,
and a
like,
kiln,
we have a lot of people who want to do forging and
Yeah,
jewelry
yeah.
lately, and ceramics. Like, we have a kiln, we have a potter's wheel and some stuff, but we don't have a space for it
yeah.
in our space. So everyone's looking for different spaces, and there are still a few that we need more of in the Bay, like pottery.
Yeah.
There's a few glass blowing places in the Bay, but not very many that are more public
Right.
and not.
Yeah, like with
Yeah.
us, we have some glasswork classes and lampwork, especially,
Oh,
and
yeah,
fused glass
yeah.
and things like that. But to get the full-on forge with the glass blowing, you need a specific setup for that.
Oh, yeah,
It's hard to find. Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. I've done glass blowing. I've been trained in almost every traditional maker subject over the
Nice.
years, and there are so many things people really can only learn to do nowadays at a maker or a hacker space, because there's so little at schools anymore. Most of this stuff used to be at schools.
Oh yeah, and then they shut them down
Yeah.
because I remember when I was in school, we had auto shop, and to be honest, the only kids that took auto shop were the not so academically inclined kids, and it was kind of discouraged, like you're messing up if you go take auto shop. And so that, a lot of places don't have art programs anymore or auto shop programs or anything like that. And honestly, I'm a person who learns on my own easily, watching YouTube videos or reading. I've always been self-taught, but there are some things that when you work one-on-one with someone who can do the thing. I tried lamp work on my own, could not make it work, thought I hated it, and then I took the class at Maker Nexus, and I'm like, oh, with someone who actually knows what they're doing showing me, suddenly it makes sense now. I get it. So yeah, sometimes you can't replace that, like, person, a skilled artist showing you how to do a
Yeah.
thing, for sure.
Yeah, that's one of those things that I think is so critical about having maker and hacker space, is it that, like, with education, like, a lot of people, if they want, they can do it themselves on their own, but often they have to spend a lot more money, and they
Go through all the
will-
mistakes
yeah,
again, reinvent the
yeah,
wheel.
watch a lot of videos and stuff that if you're at a maker or hacker space, you can get things that would take like 30 minutes of research on YouTube answered in 2 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah.
like with 3D printing settings or something goes wrong, you have someone there who might be able, oh, you did that. Done.
Yep.
And
yep.
it's like the community is so vibrant for sharing all sorts of stuff. And events like this just showcase all the insane things people do. And hundreds of the projects here were built at Maker or Hacker Spaces around the world.
Yep.
Like, I've ran into a bunch of booths who, like, people come to our spaces to repair stuff before events. Like, I'd love for there to be a San Jose, like, Maker event again at some point so that all of us end up going down there and we can have, like, a party at, like, Hacker Dojo one night, then Maker's Nexus, and then Paw Print and all the different spaces in the South Bay.
Yeah, because there's a lot in the South Bay. There's a lot going on. It's a great place for people to go and I mean, honestly, when a lot of tech companies a year or two laid everyone off, Google and everyone, we had a bunch of people join Maker Nexus who went, you know what? I have 5 months severance pay and I have some free time. I'm just going to go pursue those creative things that I've always wanted to do and just didn't really have the time to do. So, you know, you get the kind of people that are excited about making and excited about creativity. And yeah, it's a great community. So
Yeah,
for sure.
thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Okay. Woo! Thank you. So, do we have any more speakers out here right now? Yeah. Yeah, is there anyone else who wants to do a 5-minute of fame talk right now? Yeah. Yeah. Anyone want to do... Oh. Yeah, right now, if someone else wants to speak, come on up. We have open slots. Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to give a talk? Come on up. Thank you. So, okay.
Hi.
So, who are you? And what do you want to talk about?
Hi, I'm Peyton,
Yeah.
and
Get a bit closer to the mic. It's a bit.
I'm Peyton, and thanks, guys. I don't know what I want to talk about, and I want to talk to you guys about what we want to talk about. So it's an open Q&A right now.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, how have you? Oh.
A lot of things. I would like to thank my parents, mainly. They really helped me through everything. They really showed me how to initially start talking and to keep talking. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Woo! So, what brought you out to Open Sauce?
I'd like to thank my friends for that. I'm part of a makerspace, you might know. Idea Center, we're right across. And I'm one of the volunteers there.
Yeah.
For that, they brought me, I would think. And I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming out to Open Sauce. How have you liked volunteering at a booth?
I think the booth experience has been great this year. No real problems. You know what? Here's a little fun tidbit. I actually saw a rat yesterday. It's true. It was up there on the left in the rafters, but nobody else noticed it.
Yeah, so how did you get involved with Idea Center?
So I would like to thank my initial middle school teacher, Mr. Wolf. He really introduced STEM to me when I was in middle school through this Makerspace program and his science and math programs. From there, it kind of snowballed into this program called STEMbassadors. Through there, I actually learned how to operate like CNC machinery, how to use a lot of things. And from there, we actually made the Idea Center together.
That is so cool. So your school introduced you to STEM and to the Idea Center. That's that's such a great thing. There, so many schools have issues right now teaching certain subjects, even if they wanted to, and places like the Idea Center. I know started going Noisebridge because my city college game dev class told me, go take the game dev class at Noisebridge, you'll get extra credit, and it was wonderful. That got me started with Noisebridge, and now I'm hosting this whole thing. So what projects have you liked working on over at Idea Center?
Well, one of the most time-consuming projects would probably be the wavetable. You could probably see it today. We had a lot of iterations through it. We had a version 1 and now the more robust version 2 after a lot of prototypes, right? Version 1 was really great to build. It was a tension string-based system, so we had to measure, I had to measure like over 100 strings and cut them all. Through there we had to tie them each time, and you had to reach into those wooden boxes, and it was very awkward. But it was interesting, great experience. Thank you.
Yeah, that's so cool. Like, for anyone who hasn't gone and checked out their booth is diagonal from us. They have this Lego Wave chess table. It is so cool. And are there any projects you want to work on in the future at Idea Center?
We actually have a few exhibits that we couldn't bring because they were unfinished. One was a fog machine that would show like the flow of air through a wind tunnel. Another was a sand table. I was working on that group and we weren't able to finish in time, so I'd like to bring that next year if we do finish, if we work on it anymore.
That is really cool. I hope you guys are able to bring it up next year. I know you guys have a long drive considering you're coming from Ventura, but thank you guys so much for coming all the way up here. And like, are there any events or any projects you saw around Open Sauce that you want to like shout out that you thought were really cool?
I saw a lot of cool projects, and what was so particular about all of them is that they were all open source, which was really amazing to me. I'm really happy. I actually have a few cards right now in my pocket, but the OpenScan, that was really cool. I think we'll build one of those for the Idea Center so we can have kids actually scan their own hands and stuff. We're just going to do a lot of cool things with all this new technology.
Thank you so much for coming and chatting for a couple minutes, and thank you for volunteering and helping out. I hope to see you again next year.
Me too. Thank you.
Woo! Yeah. So do we have anyone else who wants to give? Come on up, Sal. I know who you are. Welcome back. I know you've done some 5 minutes of fames before.
Yeah, thanks to Zach for dragging me over here. I really appreciate it. I didn't know you guys were still going. It's very exciting.
Oh yeah, we're going till then to come. We are not stopping. They won't let us.
How's
I
my
won't let anyone.
volume situation? Am I blowing it out or am I good?
Yeah. Also, these mics have a very short pickup range, so
Okay,
you
yeah.
need
I'll just eat the mic, as they say.
perfect. So, what do you want to talk about today? Go for it.
I got 2 different things that I'm kind of stoked on right now. It's been a couple of years since I managed to really finish a big project, but I've been doing a lot of PCB art. So if anyone's interested in like hand-drawn PCB art, I draw it on the iPad and then I import it into KiCad. So I have this tutorial called iPad to KiCad. Surprise. Basically, you draw it in Procreate and then you can import it and you get these little skeletons. You can draw like Ouija board stuff and make really cool custom PCBs. And ever since like discovering this art form, I adore it. It's just an amazing way to like express yourself. You don't have to be an amazing artist. It's sort of like Dancing Bear syndrome, where like even if your art kind of sucks, the fact that you're putting custom art on a PCB is cool anyway. So it's like there's a pretty low like artistic barrier to entry, which I like a lot. So that's something I've been having a lot of fun with. And then also I've been like playing around with different ways to make masks more wearable. So one of them is these little like mask charms, I call them, where basically they're little like magnetic things. These ones are shaped like hex bolts. So it looks like you're a robot or something with like little hex nuts stuck in your face, but they're just like little magnetic 3D printed things. And then also, one thing I'm working on is like being more intelligible when I speak. So I've got this little amplifier guy and an external mic that I can hook into it. I've never actually tried it at an event before, but I'd be curious to give it a try here because I always end up like, even if I'm not wearing a mask, I end up like screaming to be heard. And at the end of the day, I'm sure you know, your like voice is all dead and your throat is like, I hate you. Why are you doing? No, that's a bad idea because I will actually definitely make it hate me. But yeah, anyway, that's stuff that I'm really excited about right now. But also I want to get back into making companion bots because it's been a long time. All my bots are broken. Over the course of 2 years, if you bring like the same bot to Maker Faire enough times, eventually all the servos will wear out. And I've gotten some cool tips on how to prevent that by like actually running a servo detach between motions, which is like bizarre to me, but apparently it helps prevent stress on them. Do you know about this?
Yeah, I've heard about doing that. I haven't gotten that deep into robotics yet. There's a large number of projects
Oh,
on
yeah.
robotics that I'm preparing to work on, but your projects have inspired me a number of times. Because like I really like your owl and your different I can easily see those as being like helpful for like telepresence and stuff at events like this. Like
I was just talking to the O-Drive guy about that
Oh,
yesterday. I
oh,
was like,
yeah.
I want Archimedes to be a telepresence robot.
Yeah.
You stick, because you know the whole iPad on a stick telepresence thing?
oh, we have two over there.
Yeah, but imagine if instead of an iPad on a stick, it was an animatronic robot.
Yeah.
People love interacting with them.
Oh, yeah.
And like it'd be so much of a vibrant experience on both ends because people wouldn't just be like, I'm in an iPad. And you're like,
Yeah.
you're in an iPad. And for 5 minutes it's cool, but then it's like, I mean, it is awesome to have telepresence, but I think that like having companion bots that could be telepresent, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's like one of the conventions I worked 2 weeks ago, Offguy, which is a VTuber convention.
Uh-huh.
We had like 20 telepresence robots overall or something running all day, every day, and it was awful because it was good, but also, God, are most telepresence robots trash in one way
Yeah.
or another. And it's like, if you had even a companion like version of them just sitting on your shoulder talking, you can be the robot or
Yeah.
the virtual person.
That's what happened with Archimedes in the first place. Is I built that robot to give out stickers at Maker Faire, but it turned out that like the robot sat there and I gave out the stickers instead.
Yeah. Yeah,
But it worked out, you know. It's a great conversation starter. But yeah, absolutely. And so the O-Drive guy had this little self-balancing robot yesterday, and I was like, oh, that's the thing I need. And you put the robot on the end of that, and then it'll be awesome. So-
Yeah, Oscar is so cool. I've known them a long time, and their system is so great. I've used it in a number of projects, and I want some really high power versions. Like I'm talking like couple dozen kilowatt motor like stuff, or like I want to do a boat with O-Drive and
Oh my
stuff.
God.
Like,
Wait, how would the boat factor into O-Drive? Would it be like a gimbal on the boat so that you're gonna have like a whole table?
Or have the O-Drive run the motor.
Oh, that makes sense,
for
yeah.
the, but because I want to like a airfoil like jet boat kind of. Which
I want you to
the-
do that also.
But I also want it to be a variable pitch propeller,
Uh-huh.
which I've been on boats with those, and it's so fun because those boats can change speed without changing RPM.
Oh my God.
Because they change the angle of attack. They can also go into neutral, which is they just have vertical fins,
That's
so
so
they
weird.
don't go forward or backward. And they can go in reverse without changing the direction of the motor. So that
Nice.
it's like I want that in a modern like fun vessel where
Yes.
you can kind of do like mechanism wheels, but on ocean craft, which is a thing, but they are overly complex to do they're usually vertical fin stacks that are rotating, and each one can do a variable pitch, and they aren't very efficient compared to like
sense.
a jet turbine boat on with an airfoil. But like, yeah, O-Drive is so much fun, and I'm happy that you like. I want to see Archimedes
So much cool
again.
stuff. Oh, I would love
Yeah.
that. Oh yeah, there's one final thing actually, which is that so I do video for Hackster.io. Oh hey, what's up? So each year we have an Impact Summit. This year's is in November. It's basically a conference, like a free online 3-day virtual conference, developer summit around sustainability. And this year's theme is Ag Tech. So if you know anyone doing agricultural technology in service of sustainability, I would love to talk to you. Oh hell yeah, yeah I know. And we got I'll give you a thingy with like our call for proposals. If you want to nominate anyone for our Impact Prize, or if you want to give a talk, a demo, a workshop, definitely come talk to me. Or if you want to see cool custom PCBs, come check to me.
Thank you so much. Also, can you show those PCBs up near that
Oh, yeah.
camera as well so the live stream people can see them? Yeah, so these are hand-drawn PCB art. That is so dang cool. Like, the stuff you can do with KiCad and stuff is so insane, and like, it doesn't have to always be useful. Like, I love that places are now just all doing badges out of this stuff because it allows you to have a lot of fun and integrate technology and art so much.
Yeah, and the ESP one I think is my favorite because basically I'm trying to replace all my regular tools with like weird arcane ones. So the ESP one that's shaped like a Ouija board planchette is actually an ESP8266 programmer. So it's like, hence the ESP part. And then, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Make your tools awesome.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Do we have anyone else who wants to talk? Yeah. Anyone else here want to do a talk before I start doing my... Oh, come on up. Go for it. Welcome. Or put these up on the podium where they can be seen by the... Yeah. We don't want the live stream to go down.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. That wasn't too much.
I found it. It's my friend. I don't want to get rid of it.
Oh,
So,
yeah, no. Welcome
no
back.
incinerations there.
Oh, let me fix this.
Oh, sure. Is that better? Oh, much better. Okay, so I have a quick, fun, exciting thing that JinkSpot 3D printing has started to do. This is the JinkSpot 3D printed avatar figurine. So you go into VR chat and you're like, oh, I spent all this money on my figurine or on my avatar. I want to be able to show it to everybody. Instead of exporting your FBX file, posing it in Blender, exporting an STL from there, and then 3D printing it in whatever thing you have, you can have the JinkSpot avatar that you can download. It's free for everybody to use in VR chat. You can 3D scan your avatar in the pose that you are in, and it will recreate using a virtual reality photogrammetry process, will recreate your model in your pose, and it will even optimize it because a lot of 3D printing avatars have zero thickness accoutrement, like a shirt or a belt or a sash. That gets implanted onto you. So this is someone that was just hanging out in VR chat, and I decided to scan them, and now they've been hanging out with me on a daily basis. So that's the JinkSpot avatar scanning 3D printing process. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much. That is such a cool process. Oh, yeah, that is really cool. Can you show it up on the stream? Yeah, so that's 3D printed from VR chat. That is absolutely nuts. I have a lot of friends who do VR chat stuff and would love to be able to do this sort of stuff. Like, I work a number of VR events and like everyone's like going crazy with avatars right now. I mean, it's avatars are such a useful thing in the virtual age
Absolutely.
because so many people are online and having an avatar is at this point it's a normal mode of identity.
It's your expression. It's your idealistic expression of yourself.
Yeah.
And being able, that's almost trapped in VR. And if you can bring it out into the real world, then that helps even so further your connection to it.
Yeah, that's like something I really enjoy in some AR stuff when you can like embed certain things.
The
like,
mixture.
Yeah, like I know people who make like clothes that have scans where like if you're in the right app, their clothes are completely different because it's being completely mapped to a 3D environment.
Exactly.
And like, yeah, it's
Exactly.
you can have a black shirt on with the right like QR code, and you're now wearing some crazy mecha suit
That's
in
right.
VR
Like
or
that.
AR. Yeah, yeah. Nice.
And that's why the DIY community, open source, is that just they go hand in hand. Why be you when you could be anybody that you want to be?
Yeah.
And if that's you, great. Enhance yourself.
Yeah. That's. Thanks so much for showing that, and yeah. See you later. But oh, I've been scanned multiple times. Yes, so for sure. Yeah. So thank you so much. Do we have another person who wants to come speak? Come on up. Welcome. We have a robot in the house. You might want to grab the mic and like take it off the stand. You have to be very close to the mic for
Like
it to
this?
work.
This is good.
Welcome.
Hi.
So I see you have a robot head. So talk about whatever you want. So welcome.
Hi. Well, I was coming to the event.
Oh.
I thought you don't. Oh, am I heard? Am I
Yeah.
good?
Keep, yeah.
Does it work?
Closer. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, like that? Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Well, yeah. I just thought, well, I was coming to this event. I got some money laying around. Why not build something? And I just went to Michael's, bought some foam, just started making it at home. It was kind of a cool thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So that I really love your project. So what made you decide to wear such a crazy Project Open Sauce?
Well, honestly, I just looked at the mascot for the event, and like, people will understand if I wear this at this event. So I decided upon designing a simple model on my computer using Blender. It was pretty cool. I actually wanted to 3D print this, but it broke on me. So it's all right though. I just got a little creative and just bought some stuff from my local hardware store. Just got foam. And yeah, and also I took some liberties with the ears. I don't know, just something that makes it feel more unique to me. Yeah.
Yeah, that is so cool. How have you liked Open Sauce so far?
Well, since there's no more panels, I guess I can give an overall opinion over the entire event. I liked it a lot. It's my second year coming. I also went last year. I liked it a lot. Just honestly, just seeing everybody's exhibits was awesome. Cool. Like on the other side of this room, there's a whole bunch of like instrumental exhibits, a bunch of digital stuff, a lot of synths, really really cool. A lot of AI use has been implemented in a lot of events today. It's a lot more than from what we had last year, and it's really cool. It's being implemented in like right now, a machine that self-checkouts your items wherever you are. Some machines use it as for silly purposes like video games and stuff. It's really chill. As for the panels themselves, they're really like cool. Last year I didn't really get to participate in many, but just seeing creators talk about passions, the creative processes, and just things they suggest people to do if they're interested in whatever they want to do, such as content creation or pursue some hobbies like in computer science, which is it's really useful to people who want to really reach over to those different areas of expertise and maybe make a career or their own content from it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. Like, I see you got some signatures from some of the creators and stuff. How did you like meeting some of them?
Yeah, it was cool. I didn't get to meet all the ones, all the creators I wanted to meet, but honestly, I was really fine with it. Yeah, I got Veritasium up here. I got William Osmond himself. It's really cool. One dude I met last year, which I also met again, was the Electro Boom. He was a really cool creator. My teacher used him a lot as an example in high school. He's a really cool creator. It's really funny on screen. And yeah, it was cool meeting him in person. Though we didn't talk much, he seems like a really cool dude. I saw one of his panels. Really nice. Oh, also I got the Hacksmith in here, which is a long time I've been seeing that dude.
Yeah.
He makes some really cool stuff. Cool to see him in person. I also got him to sign the helmet, which is nice. And then for Veritasium, honestly, I wasn't really much of I didn't really see his content before. I had not really seen his videos, but I've had some videos sent over to me once in a while, and I've seen him, and he's a really cool person. And obviously seeing his panel, his dedicated panel, was really nice. He showed a bunch of stuff with it from his childhood, and also, like I said, he shared his thoughts and ideas on in the areas he studies and teaches, like physics, I think, and how other people can apply those things in content creation or just as a job as well.
Cool. Thank you so much for coming and talking on our stage. What have you thought about this?
Yeah. But thank you for having me. All right. Thank you very much, though.
You're welcome.
Let's put it back here.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Woo. Cool. Do we have anyone else here who wants to talk about anything?
This is our time board. This is 15 minutes until 6 o'clock.
Thank you, Major. Cool. Do we have any other people who want to speak, or I'm going to start going into closing remarks? Okay, I guess I'm going to go into closing remarks then. I'm going to switch to the other mic. Okay, so that was 5 minutes of fame and a few longer talks, and we're now at the final 15 minutes of Open Sauce, and I hope everyone has had a wonderful time at Open Sauce this year. It's been amazing, and I've seen so many creators, so many projects, and so many people working on so many things I've never even dreamed of existing, and they're just here in reality, just sitting on table, and it's such a amazing experience. I've been doing this long time, and every single year that there's a Maker Faire or Open Sauce, the projects are just getting crazier, and I feel like at this point, it's these events partially that are spurring people to be like, how can I do an even crazier and stupider project than the one I just saw? And it's so amazing. It's a massive difference in scale compared to last year, but so many people here are all people I met last year, and it's amazing to see everyone come out together again. These events are what truly solidify all of this as a community. A lot of people just watch this stuff online and never really put together how like it's a very personable community. People are love sharing their knowledge, which is such an amazing aspect of events like this. You'll also find people sharing all sorts of resources for events like this. Like I our space gave another space a robotic arm. One of our people lent one of the other stages a computer. I've lent out a bunch of cables. We've helped a bunch of people with their booths. And like that's the thing about a community like this. Everyone often works together not to like make money or anything, but just because they want to be helpful and because they care about each other. It is such an amazing community to be a part of, and I've loved running these booths for the past couple of years, and every year I'm going to try to keep improving and keep bringing new projects out and maybe eventually be a official stage and not a unofficial stage. Yeah, it depends what they'd ask me not to say. But I do want to definitely thank all the different volunteers that have been helping out this weekend. And also, there's a bunch of VIP and just normal attendees who've also been helping people out. And it's like, this is such a wonderful event. I really love it. And it's sad that it's ending shortly. But we also do have a after party after this at Noisebridge Hackerspace. A bunch of projects from this event will be there, as well as some projects that weren't allowed to be here. So we will have a lot of different stuff at Noisebridge tonight. So come on by if you're in the Bay Area. And if you want to learn more about any of the spaces or any of the talks, feel free to go watch the VOD later, because we have been live streaming all day, and it's been wonderful this year. I am very excited with how things worked out this year, though there are still many improvements that I can see on the horizon for events like this. And I hope that next year there's even more people who are able to come out and meet creators they've looked up to for years, meet the community, learn a new skill, or join up with the community you didn't know existed. Because I don't actually know the booth count, but there's a lot of booths this year, probably somewhere around 500 booths, and they all have something cool. There was not a single boring booth when I was doing a tour earlier, and all of the creators and everyone who came around, thank you to all of them, the ones who came up and spoke on our tiny little stage, thank you. And to all the regular attendees who came out to talk as well, because we want to support the whole community. We want to let the smaller creators, the attendees, and the exhibitors all be able to present and talk just as much as any of the big creators. So I am so happy we were able to have 2 days of programming full of different talks from all over the maker and hacker communities. And I'm really sad to see it all get torn down at in the next 10 minutes. And then we have to wait another year till open source, or about 4 months till Maker Faire 2024, which I'm already excited and preparing to plan for. Might try doing a stage setup there as well. We'll find out. I need to talk with organizers. But it's been a lot of fun out here. Also, a bunch of other YouTubers and streamers have been live streaming the event. I know Code Miko ran around a bunch yesterday and today. Check out her Twitch stream if you want to see some booths that you might not have had time to see. There's been quite a lot of other live streamers who've been running around like crazy. And it's hopefully next year we have even more live stream content from different places. Like, I brought some telepresence robots that never actually got set up, but maybe next year we'll have some telepresence robots. And hopefully my custom built ones will be ready by next year, because I really want to finish building my waterproof telepresence robot, because I have friends who want to go to pool parties remotely. And that's going to be an interesting project, but making a waterproof computer is not actually that difficult if you know how to isolate all the different things like power and data. Communication's a bit harder wirelessly, but data, a lot of things can do wireless power transmission now, so you can have isolated power components. And then for audio, I just ended up in a 5MOF again. I should not be talking about projects right now, but I wanted to thank everyone else who's here virtually on stream. Thank you for joining us and for hanging out during Open Source. These VODs will be around forever once we upload them to the Internet Archive and a bunch of other places, because we want the knowledge shared at Open Source to be spread everywhere else and be able to be a resource for the community in the future. Woo! Yeah, like Open Source, there's so many projects here I wish could have came and spoke about their project. Hopefully next year I'll be able to set up a better system for allowing everyone to sign up to show their stuff, because there was lots of stuff that never got to happen, which I'm sad about. But thank you to everyone who did apply and who was able to make it out to do talks. And I'm sad to see this all shut down, but thank you all so much for the past couple days of chaos creators connecting and content creating. And I will probably be back next at I'm not sure when, but I do live streams sometimes at Noisebridge, depends on the project. Hopefully a few collabs in the works will happen soon, but I am so happy people were able to join us, and thank you all for coming out. This is then. We're going to probably get a group picture, so can I get all of the Noisebridge booth volunteers out here? I want a dang group picture of all of you, and yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to take a photo, and then we'll have to start breaking down pretty soon. But everyone come in, come on the grass, tall people in the back, short people. in the front and sitting down as well.